Hello guys, hope you're doing good. So in today's video, we're going to look at the Apollo. It's a knife from Kansept Knives. So the company called Kansept Knives reached out to me and I took a look at their website and saw that they were making some very nice high-end folders. So they asked me if I would be interested to review one of their Apollo, and I was definitely interested. So the Apollo is also called the K2107. It's the model number. As you can see, it's a pretty compact folder that has some very nice features. So let's take a look at that. So the overall length of this knife is 7.38 inches or 187 millimeter. If we look at the blade measures 3.11 inches or 79 millimeters. So if we look at the thickness of the stock, we're at 0.12 inches or 3 millimeters. The blade steel is S35VN, so it's a CPM steel, known to be quite stain resistant and have a very good edge holding as well. So because of the high-tech materials that are used, it's still a pretty lightweight knife at 3.6 ounces or 104 grams. So what really drew me to this knife was the overall look. I think it's an excellent looking knife. It's designed by a maker called Jandre Mostert, the designer of war blades. So he makes a lot of custom knives that look pretty awesome. So this is one of his designs. So if we start by looking at the blade design, it's a very nice drop point design with a partial swedge on top. It's a flat ground blade, so that's nice. Very thin behind the edge, so it should be an excellent slicer. The blade here is finished with a DLC coating, a mirror DLC coating. Looks super nice. The knife locks with this crossbar lock, very easy to actuate. Just pull back and you close your knife. And you deploy it using these ambidextrous thumb studs, very easy to operate, and the knife is very easy to deploy. The action is super smooth. It's really a joy to use for sure. So one of the reasons this knife is so smooth to operate is that it uses dual ball bearing system on the pivot, so that really helps to have a smooth action. So if we look at the materials used for the handle, so the main body of the handle is made out of titanium with this black wash finish. So I think that looks excellent. Helps to keep the weight down. And it has these panel inserts that are pretty amazing with this iridescent glow. You got multiple colors, the black of the carbon fiber. You get some purple blue here and some red. So they call this the Purple Haze Fat Carbon handle scale, and I think it looks awesome. So the knife comes with a pocket clip here, but honestly, I'm not really a pocket clip type of guy. I don't really use them, so I took it off. It's very easy to disassemble. All right, so let's try to disassemble this knife. I got a T8 bit here. I think it's gonna fit. Let's try that out. Let's try to take the scales off first. Yeah, so that's the right one, the T8. So we took one of the screws off. Here's the second one. All right, so next we're gonna unscrew them on the other side. All right, so let's try to disassemble it completely, see how that knife works. The main pivot here. All right. Okay. So what we have here, let's remove that thumb stud here. the lock bar mechanism. Okay, so what we have here are these Omega springs, very similar to the springs used on the Benchmade access locks. What's nice here is that you can set them up with different tension. You got 3 different holes for that, so that's a nice feature. And here we can see the insides of the knife. So here we have the ceramic ball bearings. Here we have the blade stop, and here we have our cross lock or the axis lock system. So pretty nice simple design there. All right, so I'm gonna have to reassemble everything. So I'm gonna have to put these spacers back here. All right. Try to put this back in there. And install the Omega spring here. So I'll install it in the last hole here. That's where it was initially, and it worked out great. So that's good. Seems like the mechanism is working fine. Just need to install my screws back in. Let's start with the main pivot. So we have different lengths. We have these very short ones. Let's go install those short screws here first. 1, 2, all right, so let's check out the mechanism. All right, so let's adjust here the main pivot. It's a bit tight here. Unscrew it a bit. It's a bit of wiggle. Gotta tighten it up a bit. That's pretty good. All right, so let's try it out. Deploys very well. Detent is pretty good. Yeah, so very nice. All right, so let's see how sharp it is. Definitely very sharp. Very slicey little blade. All right, so let's do some cutting tests. Here we got some regular paracord. Slices through very easy. Definitely slices very well. Let's try something else. Got this bigger cordage here. Easy, goes through like butter. All right, so here we got some more challenging cordage. Some hard nylon cord. Easy, no problem. And let's go with some sizzle rope. This stuff is always pretty tough. All right, so let's see how it does at cutting cardboard. So it's an excellent cardboard slicer for sure. All right, so let's try some woodworking. Let's see if we can make some feather sticks. So it's a very fine edge, really easy to get some very fine curls as well. So overall, I'm very happy with this knife. I really like the fact that it's quite compact and lightweight. It's easy to carry, so you're not gonna feel the weight. I like the fact that the action is very smooth as well, very easy to deploy. I also like the S35V end steel. I think it performs very well. So I've used it quite a while, didn't have to sharpen it, still very sharp. So that's another nice feature for a folder like that. So overall, I can highly recommend this knife. I'll add the link to the knife in the description section of the video if you're interested to buy it. All right, thanks for watching.